Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This month we are talking about mastering tools in May. And last week we spoke about, last week we spoke about breathing and the importance of breathing, what it can actually do for us, where we can do it, right? So I hope that was really helpful for you today or over the last week. But today, what I'd like to talk about is this moment that we all have experienced and we've all been faced with. And that is when we are realizing something, we're having a conversation with somebody, and it triggers us. Something that they're doing or they're saying, right? The way that they're behaving is triggering something in us. And then we feel this, right? We feel the surge of adrenaline. We feel this thing that tends to, overtake us at times. And it's that moment where I want to help people because this is a really important moment. This moment is the place where we have a decision to be made. And depending on the decision that we make in this very key moment, we either regret later, beat ourselves up over it, or maybe we feel a little more unfinished, but we're proud of the way that we handled ourselves. And I feel that a lot of us don't always know how to take a beat in the moment when I'm going to call it the ego, that younger juvenile part of ourselves. I'm going to call that the wounded part of ourselves that gets triggered by others and life around us. We don't often take a beat. So I want to help you do that because this can change your relationships. It can make you grow up in just so many ways, and have your world open up in other ways as well, right? Because losing ourselves in the moment and doing things that we regret later keeps us in a cycle of pain that we keep repeating over and over again. So my intent here is to help you shift out of the pattern so that you can learn a new way of being, experiencing, living life when conflict comes in. So when this happens, keep in mind that we're being triggered. What was helpful for me when I first began realizing this key moment in my own self years ago was I wanted to become more of the observer over what was happening with me chemically in the moment, right? Because we can feel that adrenaline. And I kind of put a little space between myself and, I'm so sorry, between myself and what my experience was. So I was trying to become the experiencer, if you will. So try to take that view. So let's pretend like you're getting triggered right now. And you're all of a sudden, instead of tapping into the attack mode, right, you're stepping into this, what's going on mode. So the other person's gonna be like, like they're kind of waiting. This happens all very quickly, but if you slow it down, it kind of happens like this. The other person something changes, right? They know something's different because you're not so immediate with your response. However, what you do is you kind of take a moment and you reclaim yourself, you collect yourself, you take a beat before you respond, right? We have a higher chance of being able to respond in lieu of reacting, which is related to attacking. So that is the goal. It's kind of like a 10, 20 second, whatever it is, beat that we're taking. I'm also a proponent of, in the moment, if you know that this is going to go nowhere with whoever it is you're trying to communicate with, take a time out. Say, hey, you know what? Listen, this has nothing to do with you. I need time. And we can always find a way to say that to the other person, okay? And the other person may not like that, right? Because that's not part of perhaps the pattern that's been played out. However, when you show them that you would like to be more let's call it heart-centered instead of mind-centered. If you would like to have some time to collect yourself so that you can really give them a better part of yourself when you come back to relate, then that's awesome. And it will become contagious with whoever it is that you're relating to and with. Okay, so I realize that was a lot of information, but I hope it's helpful. So this week, focus on being the experiencer, taking that beat, taking that moment. What's happening with me biochemically in this moment? Because you feel it, you know it, and that's that attack, right? That prehistoric brain activation place that makes us go, ugh. So let's stand back, take a breath, and let's respond instead of react, or take a time out if that's what we need. Okay. Have a great week. See you soon. Thank you.